Welcome everyone to the class of 1986. These are the games that I'll be taking a look at, and it's on the NES, the Nintendo Entertainment System, and you know what, 1986 was a very good year for the NES. And, you know, coming up first, 1942, what else can I say? I've actually never played this game before, and I'll be checking out games that, you know, sometimes I haven't played before, but these are some of the most famous and infamous games of that year. 1942 is a stellar, from what I gather, a stellar shoot 'em up. I played its cousin 1943, and that was a very, very fun game. Probably just as difficult. And you know what, 1942, I can't wait to grab this game. Coming up next is Balloon Fight, a game that I actually do have, and a game that I played extensively with Retro Matt. You know, it's a fun game. It's similar, you know, it rips off of Joust, you know. You basically have to travel a little bit higher than your opponent and pop their balloons. You have 2 balloons each, and once those are popped, you lose a life. Very simple, very addictive, very fun game. Balloon Fight is definitely a great game. Similar to, well, most run and gun games, I suppose, but Commando was really one of the most popular ones of its day, and when it saw its release on the NES, I could not wait. Commando is, you know, it was mentioned in, I do believe, Bionic Commando kind of subtly. Not so much the prequel to it, at least I don't think so, but you play as a soldier, I believe his name is Joe, and you go off and, you know, just killing various enemy soldiers. You know, this is a really great run and gun game, really fun. I really liked discovering the secret entrances to the like, POW underground areas, things like that. It was a really fun and addictive game. Need I say more about Donkey Kong? This is actually one of the very first games I played on the ColecoVision, and I played it a little bit actually on the NES a long while back. But Donkey Kong, it's a classic. Everybody should know it, and I love it to death. I can't wait to actually own a copy on the NES. I actually don't have this one yet, so I can't wait to have it. Donkey Kong Jr., I don't know, it was a mixed bag for me. When I was first growing up, I didn't really like this game. Just because I thought it was a Donkey Kong ripoff. And you know what? The platforming bits and the way you kind of like grapple onto vines and you can climb faster if you know, you have 2 vines in hand. It's grown on me now as an adult. I really like just the differences. You know, it wasn't just a ripoff of Donkey Kong, but it was its own little thing. And the fact that Mario is the bad guy is really cool. Ghosts and Goblins. Ghouls and Ghosts, Super Ghouls and Ghosts was the first one of that lineage that I played way back in the day, and I thoroughly enjoyed it on the SNES. And when I actually found a copy, probably in the early 2000s at a yard sale of Ghosts and Goblins, I couldn't wait to try this game, and it gave me hell. It was a hellish game. It's not easy at all. It's probably one of the most difficult games on the Nintendo, just because you have to beat it twice basically to see the ending. And it's not the best ending either on the system. But you know what, Ghosts and Goblins, I highly recommend this game to anyone. It's one of the standouts of 1986. Gradius, hey, man, as far as shoot 'em ups go, this is probably one of the best on the NES. Gradius, with its, you know, that little one-line bar, you can select your own weapons kind of thing, and, you know, Gradius will always be known as one of the kings of all shoot-'em-up games, and you know what? That's just coming from me. I really love the shoot-'em-up series. Gradius is that perfect mix of difficult, but not bullet hell, insane, stupid, difficult. I guess is what I want to say. So we're talking about the most famous games in 1986. So this is one of the most infamous ones. This is Karate Champ by Data East, and it's not a very good game. It's got very poor controls. I think that's what really holds this game back. That and the visuals are not, they're okay, I suppose. But you know, it's done better on the Commodore 64 and all that. Karate Champ is definitely one of the flounders of the year, unfortunately. A lot of people, you know, they know Super Mario as in Super Mario Brothers for the NES and all that, but way back, you know, in the day, there was just Mario Brothers, the classic Mario Brothers. I always loved this game. I actually don't have a copy of this game, at least not yet, but you can play this little mini game in Super Mario Bros. 3 if you face off against Mario or Luigi or whatever. But it's a very kick-ass game, you know, you're cleaning up the sewer systems of those little turtles and those fucking ugly crab thingies. It's really cool. It's really neat. I love it to death, and it's a game I can't wait to own. Okay, another infamous game, Muscle. I really loved the Muscle toys back in the day. I really, really do. Very, very highly collectible, and they're just so neat. But Muscle on the Nintendo it's garbage. I like it, but a lot of people hate it. I can see why. The graphics are really, really bare bones. You don't have a lot of moves. There's not a lot of strategy. There is some. I find the redeeming qualities of Muscle, but a lot of people hate it. So, you know, it is one of the most infamously bad games by Bandai on the NES, unfortunately. And to finish things off is Tag Team Wrestling, by far the worst wrestling game on the Nintendo Entertainment System. I actually don't like this game. I hate this game, actually. And I played this game extensively back in the day because, yet again, I found this at a yard sale. I spent maybe, you know, just under $5, and I couldn't wait because I was the biggest wrestling fan in the world. And when I popped this into the toaster, I was thoroughly pissed off and disappointed. But like most kids, you want to get the most mileage out of your buck. So I played this game non-stop, even though I hated it. I really hate the combat system in this game. It's like a mixture of friggin', you know, just different strikes. But then when you strike your opponent, this little menu system comes up like you're in an RPG. And you have like 4 to 5 seconds to pick like a certain move, or else you get reversed or whatever. And on top of that, if you're laying a thorough beating on your opposition, the computer will turn bright red and enter like this berserk rage mode. And when they do, they basically cannot be touched. They cannot be hit. They'll hit you, they'll pick a different move off of their little menu system, and then you will get clobbered. It wouldn't be so bad if that didn't happen all the time at the higher level play. And I got into like the world circuit, the world championship circuit, and it's fucking impossible. I can't do it. So Tag Team Wrestling, I hate you, fuck you. So anyways, that rounds up the class of 1986. I hope you guys and gals enjoyed it. This is the Max Impact 24 channel. You know, remember, as always, subscribe, comment. I really like to hear your thoughts on what you think of the best games that came out on the NES in 1986. Chime in, let me know, do a video response if you're so inclined. So, the Max Impact 24 channel, I'm Will. In the meantime, in between time, for those about to retro, we fucking salute you. Take care.